Hi, I'm Laura Orr, and I'm the Director of Education at the Hampton Roads Naval Museum. Today, we're going to be talking about the Battle of Midway. The Battle of Midway took place on June 4th, 5th, and 6th, 1942. And it's so important because it is the first major victory that the United States has during World War II. Midway Island is in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. And it's not a place that you would normally think becomes a major target during World War II, but it was a stopping point. It had an airfield. So it was a place where if the Japanese took that island, they might be able to use it as a jumping point to be able to attack the United States in the future. So it becomes a very important target for the Japanese to get. But at the same time, it's an important target for the United States to keep, to make their way toward the island of Japan eventually during World War II. 3 American carriers were involved in the Battle of Midway. The dive bomber pilots from USS Enterprise had been in the air for more than 3 hours on the morning of June 4th. They were low on fuel, but eventually they found the Japanese and they began their bombing runs. The American dive bombers possessed an excellent assortment of pilots, and one of them was Lieutenant J.G. Dusty Kleiss, who was a 26-year-old Naval Academy graduate from the Kansas Prairie. When Kleiss dived, he took careful aim. He pointed his plane for a spot on the ocean where he expected to see his target. And his target that morning was the Japanese carrier Kaga. He had to release his bombs between 1,500 and 1,000 feet, which was the bare minimum to stay above exploding bomb fragments. As Kaga came into Kleiss's sights, he jerked the bomb release lever on the left side of his cockpit and the plane gave a jolt as the bombs came loose. Then he had to pull back sharply on his stick, but behind him, his bombs wreaked havoc on the Japanese carrier. In this victory, 4 Japanese aircraft carriers are sunk. While the Navy loses their own aircraft carrier and a destroyer, the Japanese lose 10 times as many sailors. And this helps to propel the United States into this war, realizing that now they have sunk 4 Japanese carriers. It really is possible. So it kind of becomes a major victory, not just militarily, but it becomes a major victory in public opinion. And suddenly people see that these planes can sink ships and warfare is going to be changed throughout future wars and even into modern day as the aircraft carrier remains one of the most dominant ships in the Navy.